haven't been in this area for a while, and I'll take a look at this fence here. This used to be all farmland. Now they're going to build. Build, build, build. Down with sticks and up with bricks. I'm going to link a video that I listened to this morning. It's a sermon by Pete Peters, who was a pastor up until 2011 when he died suddenly of kidney failure. And it is on the deity of Christ. And the thesis is that the Messiah is God. If the Messiah is not God, then we're not saved. Pete Peters had a lot of enemies, and I do believe that many of them were found in his own congregation. He was very, very outspoken. He had a very, very, I believe, sharp mind and a equally sharp tongue. And I think in the end he stood alone. Of course with his wife, but his wife died. I'm not sure how. I believe in the 1990s, and then he got remarried. But I'm not even sure if that was the real Pete. My gut feeling tells me that Pete was actually murdered long before they say that he was. And due to the fact that they blacked out his videos, you cannot really prove it. Anyhow, just take a look at this sky. You know, for many years, I believed I was saved. When I was 15, I so-called accepted Christ. I believed in the Messiah. I had been witnessed to up until that point by friends of mine. And what held me back was the glow ball. I never believed in evolution, which is, of course, a Gnostic tenet. Judaism is Gnosticism. It's the mother whore, and they put the tenet forth that we're all apes, and we are evolving. This is where the so-called theory of evolution comes from. God made us animals, but with the help of satanic knowledge, we can become gods. And I went to church back then. I had a hard time reading the Bible, especially the Old Testament. I had no idea what it was about. I tried reading it several times from the beginning, but I just gave up. I think I got to Jeremiah, and I didn't know what he was talking about. I had no idea. It didn't make sense to me. So I just think that I wasn't really saved because I didn't know the truth. I had accepted, so-called, Jesus as my Savior. I believed in the Messiah. I prayed. He healed me. And there's no doubt about that. But I did never understand about Mystery Babylon, the realm that we're living in. I did not understand how every nook and cranny of this earth has been infiltrated with parasites who want our souls, including the government. It was very hard for me to accept that I grew up in a lie, and I grew up being lied to. Everything was a lie. And my mother didn't know, and my grandparents didn't know. The people who could protect me from this wickedness did not know. And so I was subjected, not only me, but my brother also, and the animals, and my parents themselves, and my grandmother herself, and grandfather, to this wickedness that is Mystery Babylon, all facets. This Mystery Babylon is all-encompassing. That's the realm that we live in. And my opinion is that the pièce de la résistance, I do not speak French, obviously, is counterfeit Israel. And what I'm realizing is that there are so many people who do not understand. People of Jacob Israel who still do not understand that Esau is their worst enemy. Esau is the Jew. Esau has taken back the birthright. I never hear about the birthright. I never hear about Esau and what he's doing to Jacob and the yoke that he has around Jacob's neck. All I hear about is the Pope this and the Jesuits that. What about your birthright? Have you sold out to the devil? Anyhow, the video by Pete Peters is very good. I listened first to part 2 because it availed itself to me. It was right there. And I thought it was good. And today, I had the day off. And I decided, I read the Bible for, I don't know, 3-4 hours. And then I decided that I was going to listen to part 1 of The Deity of Christ by Pete Peters. And I would really encourage anybody to do so who's interested. And even if you're not interested, Pete Peters knew who the enemy was and he identified him. And that's why he died.